What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Ani-mity, and today I've finally decided to announce what big project I've been working on. I don't know how often that I've mentioned this. I feel like I mentioned this in like every video I've recorded, but then also the schedule in which I'm uploading some of these videos is kind of different from like when I record the videos versus when they go up is different. So like this is something that I've kind of known is going to happen for a while, and then I don't know if I've ever mentioned in videos. If the videos that come out after this one mention that I have a secret project I'm working on, I'm announcing here in this video this is the project that I'm going to be a part of and slash working on. So starting February 9th, I will be working as part of the Disney College program. I got accepted into the program not that long ago, and I've gotten all my forms in, I've done all the work for getting things in order, and now it's finally time for me to participate in the program. And I kind of just wanted to talk about that because it's big. I mean, like, I've been looking for work, I've been doing what I can on the side, looking for ways in which I can accumulate experiences and ways in which I can start getting my foot in the door from being able to build toward the bigger projects that I want to be able to do. Um, I haven't really had a lot of success in doing that on my own. But I've been trying to do everything I can, trying to do like chase whatever opportunities I can here and there to make stuff happen. And now this is finally my time where something is finally happening. And I just wanted to be able to, share that with you guys. And also share kind of what's going to be happening next with the channel. Because originally, when I signed up for doing this, I felt like, okay, I'm probably going to put, doing YouTube on hold while I focus on doing this project, focus on myself, and, I'm just living life like I did when I was in LA. Kind of treating this as like a part two to the LA program, which for those of you who don't know is something I did when I was in college. I got to live in LA and work at an internship and do a bunch of things while I was there, kind of to a similar feel to this. But then I wanted to focus like mostly on just myself and my life, and so I just kind of put a complete pause on YouTube. And I was considering doing that again this time around, but I've changed my mind. And instead, what I'm going to do is I have a video diary series that I'm planning to do covering my experience in Disney. Now, this isn't something that I guess am like super sold on doing. It's not something that I necessarily like doing. It's not something I tend to do because I don't really like sharing my like stories, my life experiences of some things I'd like to keep to myself. I'd like to keep my private life private, but there are aspects of what's gonna be happening with this that I do feel like I am gonna wanna share, or at least just have some kind of a record of, and be able to share some of these moments with you guys. 'Cause I think that is one of my regrets of the LA program is that I didn't really get to share a lot of moments. Like, when I uploaded that game night video, that made me, like, smile so much, just, like, having that out in the world, that kind of, like, mark of that great time that I had with them. And I'd love to be able to kind of do more in capturing some of these moments, I guess, at least for my own selfish desires, if anything else. So, I'm going to be doing a video diary series, just kind of talking about my thoughts, my experiences, how I'm feeling, kind of a vibe check every week, talking about like what's been going on with the program, what I've been up to, and kind of where things are going. And of course, occasionally there will be, well, hopefully, the regular videos that I'm kind of known for doing, like bare minimum, you can expect a video diary every week. If there isn't a video diary, then there's another video that'll be going up in place of it. I have some videos I've had on stockpile for a while, which I might upload to give myself those little bit of breaks. But also, these video diaries are not going to be quite the like usual quality of videos that I'm used to doing. I might even record some of these like off my phone and then edit them on my computer and then upload them just kind of raw that way. Like they're not going to have the usual edits that they're just going to be just me in front of the camera, just talking raw about the experience. And I'll love to share that with you guys then. But like I said, I also have some other stuff that I'm going to be working on while I'm doing it. I have some other projects I've been working on for like trying to make animations. I've been saying that forever. Animations just do take forever, and trying to teach yourself how to do drawing and such, which I'm sure you've seen from my drawing tutorial series, just kind of takes forever to do. So because of that, just things have taken a lot longer for me to do than I intended for them to. But then I also have some other smaller projects I want to do. Ollie and I have talked about doing a whole bunch of videos together while we're in the Disney College program, but we'll see if we end up getting to those. If not, those will be fun videos for us to do just somewhere in the future. But it'll have to be like we did with our Toy Story video, kind of be online and have it happen that way. But we'll see how that ends up going. I just want to give you guys an update, let you guys know that these are some changes that are going to be happening with the channel, and some stuff that's just kind of generally happening with my life. So, yeah, now you guys know. So, if you guys have any questions for me about the Disney College program, anything I can answer, fully to my capacity, then I'll be more than happy to answer in the comments. Or I might end up answering some of them in my diary series. We'll see. Like I might see a comment every now and then and after having the experience of it, I might be like, I can now more intelligently answer that question because now I have the experience to be able to share it. And if you're, curious to know any of these kind of things, I'll be happy to talk about them and share. But we'll see. That being said, I'm just going to wrap this video up here. Just keep this nice and short. Just a nice, quick little update for you guys of what's been going on, what's going to be happening next. And letting you guys know just the next chapter of my journey here with YouTube and everything else. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me as long as you guys have. I hope you guys will continue sticking with me for the next part of the channel. And let's just see where this ends up going. Hope you guys are ready for this brand new chapter with me. Two more videos. I've got two videos that I've wanted to upload for the longest time, and if I wait anymore, they're just never going to go up at a reasonable time. So there's two more videos that are going to be coming up over the next 2 weeks, and then after that, we'll be starting the video diary series probably around then, but we'll see. That being said, Ani-mity, as always, peace out. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Ani-mity, and welcome to entry one of my, I guess, little video diary, little vlog series, whatever you want to call it. But I wanted to start a little series where I'm documenting my experience with the Disney College program. If I haven't mentioned this in any video beforehand, because I don't think I have up to now, I'm going to be taking part in the Disney College program. I applied, I got in, and I'll be officially starting as of tomorrow when I'm recording this video. So I wanted to be able to just, A, because of that I know with work it's going to be hard for me to find time to really sit down and record or sit down and edit these videos. I wanted something that would just be like quick and easy that I could do any point while I'm doing this program. Just like little videos here and there, just documenting my experience with the program, with whatever job it is that I have, and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm going to be working custodial at the Disney College program, which I've heard is a great job for it, especially for someone like me. But obviously, I've never done this before. I've never actually had the experience of this before, and I figured this is a good way for me to kind of document my experience with it. Um, I will say this to start, I guess, for people who are watching this kind of for advice on the program. Take a deep breath is the first thing I'll recommend. I kind of underestimated just the massive scope of this project, and when it finally did dawn on me, the scope of it all, it kind of, I guess, it did the opposite of what you would think it would do. Like, I thought if I showed up here like a couple of days early, I'd be making things easier on them. Like, I could get into my program, I can get started as soon as possible. Like, I show I'm eager and ready to go for everything that would be going on. Apparently, that's not the case because what I just failed to recognize is the fact that people are leaving right as I come in. Like, it's not there's a gap period. This program is constantly taking in and pumping out uh, people who have worked very hard for this program. And like it's amazing that I get the chance to be a part of this program. Like it's the more that I've done research on it and the more that I've, seen things go on with this program, the more excited I am to be a part of this and also the more nervous I am that in some way I'm going to end up messing it up. And I've been told like I'm not alone in that feeling. It's felt that way just because I actually have been alone so far, but that's going to be changing very soon. I'm gonna be meeting up with my friend Alia and my friend Adam, who I know from Ithaca, which is already making this like a much, much easier transition for me because of the fact that I'm not going in completely blind. Um, but it's also just, like still, I'm an introvert. It's hard for me to be able to go out and get to know people and kind of make these new connections here and there. That's the one thing I kind of regretted I didn't do when I was in LA, is that I wasn't really able to make these connections just because I'm not like my default is go home, read a book, sleep, and take care of yourself mentally more than it is be outgoing and try to put yourself out there to meet new people. Which sometimes is to my own detriment. I'll fully admit to that. And it's the other thing I appreciate about this program is it kind of forces you into these situations where you have to be kind of a bit outgoing, forces you into situations where you have to be willing to step outside of the box and step out of your comfort zone, really, really test yourself and see, how far you can push it. Um, Obviously, within means of not, hurting yourself in any shape or form, which I know, like, I have these habits of when I have a job or I have something that I'm working on that's not like a personal project, then I will like hyper fixate on it, and that'll be the only thing that is on my mind for the longest time, often at my own detriment. I've had time when I was in classes in Ithaca where I would spend like hours and hours and hours working on one project, and I would just be in my room and I would forget to go eat, I would forget to go drink just because I want to get the job done and I want to get the job done well. And I forget that there's a human component in trying to achieve that. So I want to make this intro video to the series just to remind myself and also to remind anyone who's coming into this program, take the time to breathe. You're going to do just fine. I mean, I say if I made it into this program, I have faith that anyone who's willing to work hard enough to prove themselves, they'll be able to do the same. Just keep your chin up. Things are going to go all right. At least I'm hoping so in my case. It's, it's hard for me to kind of just think like, yeah, it's going to work out. Like I guess I practice the MJ mindset of, if you expect disappointment, then you'll never be disappointed. It's like I'm aware of the danger of getting optimistic and having it kind of and that horrible feeling of when it doesn't work out. And not to say that expecting disappointment ahead of time doesn't make that sting any less, but like it does soften it a little bit because of the fact I have all this time to kind of mentally prepare, and it makes the sweet moments hit so much harder because of the fact it's like, wow, I didn't expect this to work out, and it did. Um, but of course, that varies person to person. It's just like it's hard for me to say like, yeah, this is all going to work out. And coupled with my general anxiety, it makes it very hard to kind of, you know, I guess prepare myself for this. I've had days I just have been getting so little sleep, which is probably contributing to it too, but it's entirely my fault because I'm just so nervous and excited, I guess, for this program. It's just I'm raw in ways that I haven't been, I guess, since I started my journey in Ithaca or even like LA. But like LA, I had the advantage of that I was going to a place with a bunch of people from Ithaca. Here, I've only got Ollie and Adam, and that's pretty much all I've got as far as friends here. So it's like I'm really far into the deep end here. Um, and it's like, not to say that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just it takes a while to kind of get these adjustments. I'm sure over this video I'm just gonna go on these like up and down loops of like you're gonna be fine. Meanwhile, I'm not okay right now. Like it's just gonna be a lot of fluctuations with that. And it's gonna be a lot of feels that happen with this. And yeah, so just like kind of starting this off, I'm exceptionally nervous. Who knows? Like maybe when I'm recording my last documentary video, that nerve will go away, or maybe it's still here. I don't know. Part of me kind of hopes that when I do get to the point where I can make that last video, I'll go back and I'll rewatch maybe at least the first video and just kind of reflect and see like how do I feel at the end of it versus how I am at the beginning. Because the beginning, definitely nervous is the way I would describe how I feel. Um, and we'll just see how this goes. But yeah, I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm doing everything in my power to, set things up and make sure that I have everything in order to make this transition as smooth and as easy as possible. So that way, I can get started on doing all this stuff as soon as possible. It's just like I got here early because of the fact that I thought that would make things easier. Um, and it does, like, technically, but at the same time, I underestimated the massive scope of this program, and kind of when you do take a step back to realize how massive it does the opposite of what you'd think, and where it doesn't make me more nervous, it makes me less nervous, if anything, because of the fact that it's, I guess, like, it's kind of the attention is off of you because of the fact that it's so massive, and there's other people that are kind of as fail-safe, so the job, while it's still a responsibility and you still have a lot depending on you, it's not like everything rests on your shoulders, which is good. There's that feeling, and it's also when you realize that people are leaving this program at the exact same time that you're going in, you kind of realize kind of the, I guess, well-oiledness of how this program works and kind of how tightly everything is worked here, which I appreciate immensely. Um, it's just like, stressful in the moments where it's kind of like, I have yet to receive my email knowing where it is I'm going to even be living here. I know I'm going to be living, within the area that they provide us, but I don't know where exactly I'm going to be living. I don't know, like, what exactly I can expect with this. Uh, there's a lot of, like, mixed information I've been getting from the emails and also from checking with some friends and seeing, what's going on with this, but yeah. I'm very tired. And I think, like, after I record this video, I'm probably going to just go take a nap or something like that because I'm gonna need every bit of rest I can get for tomorrow and for just diving into this brand new experience. But yeah, I'm very excited for it, and I'm glad that I could sit down and record this here. I'm looking forward to sitting down and record more of these in the future. Um, they're not going to have quite like the same level of editing quality that I usually like to provide for these videos because these are kind of like they're probably going to be recorded like just before I go to sleep, or they're going to be like who even knows? Like, I don't know what my timing is going to look like. I don't know like how much time I'm going to have to rest and take care of myself compared to when I'm working, because I know I want to be working as much as I can be, just because it's the I guess it's just how I feel good is like, I like to say that I like to be able to just kind of sit and have this time to myself to be able to just relax and that kind of thing. And I thought that that would have been the case while I've had this time here. But like every day has been like, I just want to get started. I just want to get started. I just want to get started because this inactivity has just filled me with this like guilt, which I'm worried is going to turn into like a burnout like as I go through the program and that kind of thing. I spent so much time worrying about it. It's one of those things of like when you take the time to reflect on it, you kind of realize there's no reason to be nervous. There's no reason to spend all this energy worrying. But then it's also like there's nothing you can do when this starts. Like there's no like abating the symptoms or like trying to suppress it in any way. It just kind of it happens, it comes out, and then you cope and you kind of get better afterward. And it's just this cycle of like it comes out and then you feel better, and then it comes out and you feel terrible for a bit, and then you get better. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this one. Um, yeah, if you guys have any questions you guys want me to answer about the program, if I'm allowed to answer them, because there are some things I probably wouldn't be able to answer. But if you guys want like just my personal experience with the program, let me know in the comments down below. This is actually probably the most like interactive I want to be with this because if you guys don't write any comments, I'll just rattle off the experiences that I've had over the course of my time. But if there's anything specifically you guys want to know about, like my experience with stuff here, then let me know and I'll be happy to answer like the top comments of whatever it is. But yeah, just let me know. Um, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next entry, which should hopefully come up next week. But we'll see how things go. I'll try to keep communications open wherever I can, let you guys know whether or not I'm going to be able to post videos or what exactly is going on. But yeah, you guys will be the first to know for sure. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Ani-mity, and this is going to be one of those more rushed videos I didn't really plan on making. One of those videos I kind of am just kind of throwing together now, because of the fact that I kind of was caught off guard this week. So I'm recording this, I guess, a week. Has it actually been a week since I started doing this? I'm trying to remember now. Like I came here, I started on the 9th, had some time just kind of settling in where nothing really happened. Like I didn't want to record anything these first couple of weeks because I was like, I'm not really doing a whole lot. It's mostly just kind of me in the process of moving. And I really covered all of that in my last log that you guys should have seen last week. Which was just like I recorded that like just before I did my big move in, and I was like, nothing's really gonna happen. I figured I just would take it a little bit easy on myself and just kind of give myself that time to just adjust, rest up, and all that kind of stuff. But with with where I am right now, it is currently uh what is it? Currently the 22nd of February. This is late. This is like the last thing I'm doing before I go to bed, and I'm getting ready for my next round of shifts for my job here at the Disney College program. So I can't really go into a whole lot of details about what it is I'm doing and that kind of thing, but I did want to kind of give like my little tips, feedback, that kind of thing, which is just a lot of like, I guess, how to budget and also how to figure some stuff out. So they kind of throw a lot, and I do mean a lot of information at you that first week, and I was very nervous kind of going through. I think in my other video I even said like I was nervous about like how this is all going to work out, and how things were going to go and that kind of thing. And now that I've kind of had some time and kind of the shock factors were worn off a bit, I'm still nervous about a lot of different things, but definitely not as much as I was when I started. Because in fact, I showed up here. I thought I needed to be here like super early. I thought like this is gonna be like a such a go process because of so many different things. And I'm realizing it's a lot less scary than they kind of make it sound at first. Like when you get here for your check-in, it's kind of like a slow burn of getting some stuff going. It's not going to be like instant right away. So, make sure you take things at your own pace. Like, don't worry about getting there too early. Just take it nice and slow. Take it relaxed. You're going to be fine. Like 15 minutes beforehand, you should be fine. Like 15 minutes before anything you do here is kind of the way to do things. It's a way to kind of keep yourself from stressing out too much. Just always block out that 15 minutes before whatever it is you're going to, and you should be fine from there. 'Cause yeah, so I got here or I got here to start my program, went through my whole kind of orientation process, which isn't all that much either. It's just kind of like they show you a few videos of like, hey, welcome to the program, welcome to the community, and some basic stuff which they kind of have on the website, some videos that I saw like before I even arrived here, to be completely honest. Then you go through, you get your picture taken, you get your ID card, you get to know where you're going to be living. Bear in mind, you might not be in a house or in a dorm or apartment or whatever you want to call it with people you necessarily are starting with at the same time. Like I think two of my roommates here are like almost through their program. One of my roommates started a month ago, and like all of this is just in constant flux. So it's kind of like the number one advice I give is just kind of go with the flow with a lot of this. Like my friend Alia, who got me to be a part of this program, told me this advice, and I didn't really understand it at the time. Now I kind of do. Don't assume you know how things are going to go. Is the thing. Like don't stress yourself out. Like it's good to have a plan for how things are going to go, but don't stress yourself out too much of following that plan because the fact that ultimately with how things go with this system, kind of, you don't really have control over any of it. Just kind of, you just got to accept that. You got to hold that. It's just going to go the way it's going to go, and that's just how it is. all you can do for that. So, you just go with the vibes of it. You'll make your way through in the end. Just trust yourself through the process and you'll be okay. So then, after I went through my whole orientation process, I had like a day or not a day. So I had like a week to kind of like adjust and get used to things here at Flamingo Crossing and kind of just see how I felt about a lot of different stuff. Um, and it all went pretty okay. Not really much to report, just kind of a lot of me like getting used to my area, getting used to the buses, a lot of time of me kind of like buying stuff because it's like, think of it like I guess starting your life for the very first time. Like this is your first time moving into a brand new apartment when you have only like a few weeks worth of clothes and that's about it. And you're just kind of starting from like the most scratch you can. And it's completely fine if that is the case. I mean, I came here, I brought towel. I brought some swim stuff. I brought my clothes, a couple of toiletries with me. I brought a thing of uh, what do you call it? Blankets, sheets, pillow cover, and a couple of things I just bought when I came here. They give you like there's a lot of stuff you need to do. They'll give you a list at the beginning. The things that I definitely would recommend bringing is your stuff for your bed, just because you never know what you're going to be able to find. If you can bring a pillow with you, that would also probably be preferred. I bought this pillow, the pillow that I have here when I arrived. I just hit up the Target that we had here, found a pillow there, was like, this will do, and we've been rocking since then. The cool thing is, we in Flamingo Crossing, you have a Target that's kind of within walking distance from here. You also have a bus that will go there. What do we call it? From Wednesday to Sunday. You have a bus that goes there, and there's also a the Target we have here is kind of small. There's a bigger Target you can go to Mondays and Tuesdays by the bus that we have here, but you kind of have to budget your time and figure out how that's going to go. Definitely during that week, I'd recommend just like experiment with the buses if nothing else, because those buses are going to be kind of your best friend if you don't have a car or if you're not going to if you don't know someone who has a car or that kind of thing. Because you never know. Ultimately, it's just the thing is you never know what's going to happen. So just kind of try to prepare yourself however you can and try to practice good habits of getting ready. Like something I do for my job when I started is I'd always try to get the bus that leaves an hour before I start to work. Give myself that time because usually it doesn't take like that long before I get there. But I try to make sure that I get to work, within like 30 minutes or so beforehand. They don't let you clock in till 15 minutes before your shift is supposed to start, but you know, it's good to be there on time because that way, anytime you have to spend getting into your costume or, whatever else your responsibility is. I mean, also, it depends on whatever your job is going to be. I can only speak from my experience as contemporary. But my experience with that was mostly just, it takes me like maybe 10 minutes getting ready with my stuff once I do arrive there. So you just want to keep those kind of things in mind when you are, budgeting your time. So I'd show up with like 25 minutes to spare. I'd start getting changed, maybe go get a coffee or something like that, and then just kind of slowly roll into what I'm doing with my job, and then just kind of take it from there. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much just been my experience with the program so far. It's been just a lot of adjustments, and particularly because of it that I'm still in training, a lot of stuff is pretty much like as in flux as it can be. But I'm trying to make sure that I also budget in time where I can to do things that are really, really fun, like which was it yesterday? Yes, yeah, it was yesterday. So yesterday I had a 3 to 11 shift. So what I did is I woke up at 9, and then I went over to one of the locations that I have access to because of my credentials with Alia. We just kind of had a time. We just enjoyed. We just enjoyed some time and had some fun. Tomorrow, as of when this is coming out, or not as of when this is coming out, tomorrow, as of when I'm recording this, I'm gonna be going to Epcot with Alia. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna get to explore that area, and then after I finish up, or not after I finish up, but after I get closer to when I have to go to work, I'm gonna go do my stuff there, and I'll be working till 11. It's just yeah. So it's been a lot. Like I said, it's been a lot of adjustments, and honestly, they throw so much at you that first day because of the fact that there's so much you could do. They open you up to so many different opportunities that you can take advantage of here. There's so many community stuff that they offer. There's so many like classes they offer, which I'm trying to take advantage of wherever I can. Just there's a lot. Let me just blanketly put it that way. There is a lot. You get offered a lot. There's a lot you can do. But ultimately, the biggest piece of advice that I can give is just take it at your own pace. Like it's no one's expecting you to figure things out kind of the moment you land here. Just give yourself that grace and remember to take the time to breathe. And it's kind of like the biggest piece of advice I wish that I'd given myself, I guess, at the start of this, because like I came in and I wanted so badly to make this the best experience that I could and like take full advantage of everything that I had here. And ultimately, I think that just made adjusting to things so much harder than it needed to be. And it kind of made me, and it's still, I'd say, making me very jittery on the job. Like, I remember my first day training, I was learning how to, where we keep paper towels so I could restock stuff, and I dropped all the paper towels from that, and I felt terrible from that. It's just remembering to take that time to take a step back and breathe, and remember you're going to be okay. Um, Of course, everything else I provide, it's I guess just kind of up to preference and up to taste with what you do. They recommend in the documents that would kind of have in your like welcoming package to bring some money with you because something that I guess I didn't understand when I first arrived here. So when you first have to start paying rent for your apartment, they take some of the money you make out of your paycheck to pay for your rent, which is really really cool. It's just kind of a way that makes it kind of easier for me to not really worry about when that comes up. I still check it every now and then just to make sure everything goes through the way it's supposed to. Never never assume the money is just going to go through. Always double check that because you never want to be late on making a payment for anything. But it is a nice feature that they have that if you sign for it, they will take your rent out of your paycheck, and then you still end up making a pretty decent amount. I mean, for what I do at least. And I know they say like the amount of making probably isn't much in the grand scheme, but I'd say like if you can figure out a good way of budgeting, then you'll be fine. Like what I try to do is like I try to buy a bunch of meals that have a long shelf life and don't really take a whole lot for me to do with preparation. I got used to making a lot of these like bean and cheese quesadillas, I guess, if you want to call it. And would have that as just like a constant snack that I'd have for when I'm on the go or whatever it is that I may be doing. And I find that that just makes my life a lot easier to manage and that kind of thing. Um, and it just makes it a way of just kind of meal prepping for like quick and easy stuff. And usually the stuff I buy, I try to spend like $20 a week. So then with the amount I'm making, I still have like a decent amount left over. Just always making sure I keep some stuff on the side because you never know what could happen. One day my computer will break on me or something like that. Like thankfully, I appreciate that I have my computer here. I haven't really needed to use it for much since coming here, but it's been my means of checking so many different things. So it's very good that I still have it here, and I want to keep it in the best health that I can. But if something does happen, then I am making sure that I save enough on the side that I can take care of myself if I need to. But it's always just keep in mind there is going to be a tomorrow and kind of have that balance of like live life in the moment, but be aware that you need to make it into tomorrow. So, however you can, make sure you have a lot, you have like, I think they recommend like, what was it, 300 to 400 with you on arrival, just to make sure you have enough to like buy some stuff here and there and check for your rent. I forgot this is what I was going to say before. They don't start charging you rent until you start getting properly into your system. So you have 8 hours you work your first week, quote unquote, here, which is just like we call it traditions here. It's getting used to like being a part of the program and getting used to the nature of being a part of this program and that kind of thing. So you get paid for that, which is really cool, even though you're not really doing the job itself. But then it isn't until you start your actual on-the-job training where you kind of start thinking about your rent. It isn't until like your second week of on-the-job training where that does start. But by then you'll also have built up a lot of money, which is really, really good. Um, so yeah, like, these are just like my most like basic thoughts. I didn't write like any of this down, mostly just because there's been so much going on. I haven't really had the time to really think about how I was going to go about writing all this down. And yeah, like I said, like these videos are going to be like a bit more rushed, a bit more like in the moment, I guess is the best way I have to describe them, just because that's their videos I just kind of want to have as like a documentary. And originally, I wasn't going to make any videos until like I was really getting momentum going with my job, but like so much has happened since I started here. I felt like I needed to make a video of sorts, and this might end up being like a video compounded with another part of the video. Because of the fact that I might end up like I'm recording this now, I might record another video of the similar nature next week, and then kind of like just mash these two into a video. Because like I think the last log recorded, I recorded it a while back, but it's not coming out until like the 8th of March, I think. And this one's going to come out on I want to say the 15th. So this will be like a compilation of a whole bunch of my documents of what's been going on lately, just so you guys can get caught up as quickly as possible as to what I've been up to and kind of some stuff on the program. So I mean, thankfully you guys won't have to wait too long. Like I have the log I'm recording now. I'll have a log I'll record on the 1st of March, and then on the 8th of March, and then all that will be combined into a video, which will go up to you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say for that. So, thank you guys for tuning into this one. Video's probably not done yet. If it is, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Otherwise, I'll send you guys the next day. So, peace. Okay, so it's been a minute since the last time I recorded one of these. It's one of the hard things when it comes to recording these videos. Just like I know myself, I guess, well enough by now that I know how I handle dealing with a lot of things happening all at once, and or I should say, how I don't deal with things happening all at once. How bad I am at dealing with things. And just a lot has been happening over the course of the last week. And I'm not really at liberty to say what's been happening. There's a lot of stuff I can't really talk about, I guess, in the scope of the video. All I can really say is I've made a lot of mistakes, admittedly. Thankfully, the people here at the company have been very forgiving and very open to allowing me to kind of have this freedom to explore and kind of figure things out as I go along. I've never really felt like what I do directly harms the image, but then there's also a lot of this like self-doubt I guess I'm still dealing with. I think it tells you it's been so long since I recorded this. I don't know if I talk about this earlier in this video because I'm trying to like I think I mentioned this at some point. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna string together all of the different videos that I have for leading up to the most current work, 'cause I wanted to catch you guys up with, I guess, where I am, so that way these uploads are not happening like, "Oh, I recorded this at the beginning of my program, but then I'm actually on my second week as of when you guys are watching this." So, this is, like, the last entry I wanna record before I upload the video, and then every entry that I do from that point forward will be a little bit more current. It'll be a little bit more of me talking about my experiences with, this program, a little bit about my experiences with some stuff here and there. And of course, again, I got to be careful with what things I say or how things kind of come across with it. I will say, like any experience I've had, good, bad, or otherwise, it's mostly just me. It's been my misunderstandings of information and my ways of, I guess, wrapping my head around instructions that I'm being given and my not being able to always understand exactly what's being asked of me, but again, that's completely my own shortcoming. That is a shortcoming that I need to overcome myself. I could say that if this program has kind of taught me anything, it's working us a lot toward more self-reliance. Because I fully recognize that the company can't really hold our hand forever. At one point, we all need to be able to kind of stand on our own 2 feet. Um, and I've always struggled with the fact that I've always needed a little bit more help than a lot of other people, but thankfully, the people at the company have been exceptionally, exceptionally kind and have been exceptionally, receptive to that. Like they recognize the fact that I need that help, and they've been providing a lot of that help to me along the way. There's been frustrations definitely on my end, but that's just again my own like not arrogance, I guess, but that's my own like stubbornness in wanting to be able to prove that I can stand on my own, and prove that I'm not like I've always had this perception of myself of being like some kind of liability or being, not as I guess as efficient or not as able to contribute as other people. I often feel like I'm just standing on the sideline, not really contributing to things. And I mean, I don't mind that feeling for the most part. Like there is something to me of like the idea that I could just kind of be on the sideline watching the rest and kind of knowing that I don't really have an impact in things that I kind of like. But then when it comes to actual work, I always want to feel like I am contributing to stuff because otherwise it kind of I feel like I'm wasting people's time then. Um, and again, that's always just been like I guess I can say this if anything, these videos like in any of the like struggle I deal with is a lot of my battles with self doubt, maybe even a little bit of like the just the negative self talk and that kind of thing. My working through that mentality, I guess, is the best way I have to put it. Yeah, just a lot of this program, a lot of what I've gotten to do with it so far has been just kind of exploring that. I mean, I'll say this, I love the job a lot. Um, there's a big sense of satisfaction when it comes to doing the job. When it comes to like checking, like we have a I guess a checklist we're given of all the stuff that we have to do. Whenever I get to check things off on that, there's a sense of satisfaction, and like I've felt really good about what I've managed to accomplish with that I feel, even if it's like a tiny, tiny step in the grand scheme of things, it's a massive step compared to where I was before. Like before this program, I didn't really have a job, or I didn't really have a sense of what being a working man was like. And now that I have this experience of it, I never want to leave it. Like I love how satisfied I feel going to bed every night. I love how like good I feel about contributing to people. I love getting to interact with guests, getting to see people and be a part of their story and be a part of what makes the magic for them. Is one of the best things that I've gotten out of being in this program. It's like I've said this before. I'm an introvert. It's hard for me to kind of make these connections. It's hard for me to reach out and really connect to people a lot of the time, or at least that's what I always said. But it's funny how with this program, every time I've been in situations where I really didn't have a choice but to interact with people, how easily it came and kind of how much it put a smile on my face as much as I saw it put on theirs and how good that made me feel. That I got to bring some joy to, to kids, to adults, to all kinds of people that I've gotten to meet over the course of my time in the program. Um, it's been really something, and I'm really glad that I got to be a part of this, and I'm so grateful for the opportunities I've gotten to have with this program, and just yeah, it's one of those things. Just being here is so surreal. It's had it's it's had its ups and downs, but it's offered me a lot of time to just be able to reflect and realize what it is that I'm capable of, and realize that there's a lot more than I kind of gave myself credit for. Um, and there's still a lot more for me to do, and there's still a lot more for me to learn. I've completed my training at this point in the program, but when you start in the Disney College program, you're given this like badge that you get to wear. That's like hey, I'm in training, kind of like that kind of thing. I'm never taking that off for me because I think like the beauty of what I've gotten out of my training so far is that no matter how far I may come along with things, there's always going to be something that I have to learn. and I kind of want that as like my little reminder to stay humble and to not like let anything go, to not take anything for granted and to kind of appreciate the fact that I know what I'm doing in some moments, but recognize that there will be moments where I'll be under pressure and where there will be things where I don't know what to do. And remember that it's not a weakness to ask for help. And it's not a weakness to be vulnerable in front of people. It's I like to think that I like to be vulnerable or I like to be open with people, but I think the that vulnerability that I like to show isn't so much asking for help. And it's something that I know I definitely do struggle with because I always feel like asking for help, not so much that like I'm too good for it. It's the opposite. If anything, it's I always think that I need more help than I do. And I always feel like I'm wasting people's time by asking for it. That like they could be helping someone else out so much more, with just a lot less effort than what they'd have to spend on me. And it's kind of still working through that mental hurdle, which I still have to which I'm still working on and hope to eventually surpass. But yeah, it's been a lot. Is the best way I have to describe it. It's been a lot. There's a lot of things I wish I could talk about kind of with this program, that I unfortunately just can't. But uh, I'm super glad I get to be here. And I'm excited to share some of these stories. I mean, like I was with my friends Alia and Adam, who, if you don't know Adam, they were in a video of mine from when I was in LA. We met in Ithaca. Alia, if you don't know Alia, you haven't been watching my channel apparently. So yeah, um, it's just we've got to spend a lot of time together, and I've loved all the moments. It's the like being able to go around Disney when I do. It makes me appreciate so much of the immersion that made me fall for this company in the first place. It's the attention to detail, the little things that the geek in me appreciates, the little things that make me really feel like I'm part of the world. That really makes that magic feel so real. And, I'm proud to say that I get to be a part of it in a way with this job. It's something really special being a part of this program is the main thing, I guess, that I'll share. We'll see if I make more of these in the future. I guess when I had the idea of making these earlier, it was kind of with the mindset like, oh, I could share a lot more things. Kind of now with how things have gone, there's a lot that I kind of have to keep to my chest of what's happened lately. Um, Mostly for like professional reasons and stuff like that. But um, yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff I do have to keep to my chest. But if I can share things here and there, I will. I will say, like, since not really being on a consistent uploading schedule, or I guess recording schedule, I should say, since my day offs are kind of whenever with the program. I've just done a lot of like singing, I guess, in the background. It's like, I every now and then I think about it, like, yeah, that'd be fun if I just sit down and record me just singing to like When I See Him Tonight or one of these random songs from Hell of a Boss or that kind of thing. But yeah, we'll see what I end up doing next. I really was hoping to do more with this documentary series. I was hoping there would be a lot more that I could say about things. But there's just is a lot that I can't say one reason or another. Um, just there's something to this company that is special that I do want to keep to my chest is the main thing. So I'm sorry if that's frustrating for a lot of people. I'm sorry if that's kind of let down for some stuff, but I will try to keep you guys in the loop whatever I can. As I said, like these videos are not going to be polished in any way. It's kind of be my thoughts and kind of this like little diary I wanted to keep, just kind of documenting my experience. So yeah, we'll see how this ends up going. But yeah, you guys should be all caught up now. So next week should be a more up to date review or a more up to date session, just kind of sitting down to talk about how things are going. And it's just going to be a yap, is pretty much all it's going to be. So thank you guys so much for watching this one. And I'll catch you guys next week with a more up to date review, more up to date catch up. So have a great one, the game. Bye.